What's up guys, it is that Panagon. I'm here again with another video, and today I'm going to be covering the Sisterly Love event. I did get asked in my comments to cover this, and I was like, whatever, might as well. And I will say, to start off, this is $400 to buy it all, 20, 30, 100, 50, 100, right? So like $400, and this is honestly relatively expensive. I will say though, in comparison to the dice event, this is probably the cheaper option, as getting both of these skins through using the actual vouchers, which is what they're normally going to cost. For instance, right, they all cost hero skins 250, 250, 250, right? And it's just more expensive. Another thing I actually wanted to point out was we looked at Lewis, and I don't know if you guys saw that video when we talked about the Lewis skin, but it's kind of like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like they just pissed on us, right? Imagine spending all that money on Lewis, the Lewis skin, right? And being like, all right, let me spend all this money on Lewis. And then they come out these two skins that have such an insane, I would say, difference, right? Or an insane boost compared to what they used to have, right? Whereas Lewis, you get basically nothing. You get very different. You get very like minimal, right? Like differences in his actual skills, right? Like the actual skills themselves change very minimally, right? Like there's almost nothing different in these skills, and for how much you had to spend on it, it didn't make sense to really spend that money on it. And I mean, if it's worth spending on the other two, that's really up to you. But it is just crazy that they did such an insanely small like upgrade on Lewis, and then they did some insane like kind of pump up on Catherine and Cynthia. And I feel like they sometimes do this. It's like and this is kind of unrelated, but for example, I don't know if you guys remember, but when they did it was Christmas, right? They released the snow, whatever the freaking vehicle is, it just looks terrible, right? But they released it, and you could basically buy packs, and it didn't have to be related to the actual event or anything. You just had to spend so and so much money, and you would get that skin. And this was the first time they ever introduced that, so people bought into that, like, oh, this is a really, this is something that I guess I've never seen before, and I don't want to miss out on it. And then a week later, they freaking introduce a dragon. And it costs the exact same, right? You have to basically spend money on whatever packs, and if you hit a certain threshold, you would get the dragon skin. But it's so insane. Like, they love doing this, where they'll kind of, I feel like they entice you to buy like a downgraded version of something, right? And then they end up releasing like a week or a month later something that's kind of like the same exact thing but better. And they're like, oh, okay, well, this is literally the same thing, but feel free to spend on this because you don't want to miss out on this one as well, since it's such a good pack and good value, right? And I don't know, it's just something that I've kind of noticed, and it's like it's something they do pretty regularly. And every time they release something, I'm just ready to see it again, repackaged up, like a week or a month later down the line. I'm gonna do a little look see through the skills. I'm not really gonna go like full into them because I really don't feel like doing that this video. But I do want to say real quick, if you do plan to get these skins, and if you're a whale, you're gonna spend on them either way. This would definitely be the best way. If you're gonna buy them through dice, you're just gonna be you're gonna be spending more money than it's worth. And also, some people had like a confusion. I saw this with multiple people I talked to. They were confused how this works. They were like, oh, I only see one chest. If you buy this $20 pack, this like one little gift box is gonna move to this one and this one and so on, right? So just recognize that it's not like you have to buy more than these $400 worth of packs. But yeah, that is how that works. If you do plan to get the skins, this is probably the best method. And yeah. But it is insane. I mean, honestly, the freaking increase on these heroes, the absolutely just the way that they've changed, right, from how they used to be, is just insane to me. I can't explain how insane it is. And I was joking before about them reworking on like Peter. I didn't joke about it. People were in my comments like, oh, they need to buff Peter like Curlin, right? And I was like, dude, there's no skin that's gonna make him that good, because I was like, yeah, they freaking just shat on Lewis because they literally added almost nothing to his skills. But if they're adding this much of an increase, we might see Peter become a freaking goat, guys. We might see him become a goat. Let's see if he lives to see another day, okay? But talking about Kath and stuff, let's look at her skill here. Basically, it's her rage skill, so she does the same exact stuff, damage factor wise. da 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 da, right? But I don't know if you guys see this. There's like a combo damage, right? So and obviously this combo kind of decreases as it goes on, or the chance of this combo, it's like depreciated value. But it says there's a 30% chance of triggering the combo damage once, which the damage factor being 2.7k, and having extra damage, skill damage coming out is kind of crazy. And each time the combo damage is triggered, there's a chance of it triggering combo damage again. And it's more unlikely as you go on, but it's still kind of insane that you're able to just trigger potentially combo damage here. Looking at her second skill here, she does have like a, what is it? Okay, sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. Increased rider travel speed, same exact thing as normal. Rider squad HP 30%. This is something new, and damage dealt to zombies by 40%, which is normal, right? But the increase on like squad HP, that's new, right? This one was kind of crazy. I think it was this one, yeah. So the cut rage thing was already like here, but each time combo damage triggered, it reduces the defense of the enemy target by 42% for 3 seconds. So if your combo damage here triggers, you basically reduce it by 42%. Your enemy's defense is reduced by 42%. It says each time. So I'm pretty sure this is stackable, which is absolutely insane if you're also able to stack the defense reduction, because 42% defense reduction alone is an insane stat. I don't even know. That's crazy to me. And then like our awakened skill, blah blah blah. I'm not. Let's do this skill real quick. I'll look at Cynthia really quickly. I don't really want to go too deep into these guys right now. I don't really care to, but damage factor 7,000. Da da da. Okay, so there's a 30% chance of triggering combo damage once. Okay, never mind. This is the awakened skill. I'm so stupid. So yeah, this is basically her skill. Pre-awakened, or is that even pre-awakened? I'm kind of confused. Wait, I don't know if like they're just showing the same thing. I think they. Did they mess up right there? Okay, well, I don't know. I think maybe because my skill's already, my Catherine's already awakened, maybe it's doing that, so I can't really see it without the awaken, or am I just tripping? Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's not going to show me the pre-awaken. It doesn't matter all that much, though. It's still an insane skill, if I'm going to be honest, if I'm going to be frank. Either way, let's go to Cynthia really quickly. So I'm kind of like just blabbering on right now. So, rage required 1,000 is normal. Deals damage to the direct target, damage factor being 10,000 instead of 7,800. So they basically buffed Cynthia's damage an insane amount, and it reduces the target's squad attack by 30%. Already used to that. Travel speed by 30%, used to that as well. If your travel speed is greater than the enemy's travel speed, damage factor increases to 13,000, guys. And you got to remember that Cynthia's speed is already normally higher, right? So that is already insane in itself. Plus, what was I about to say? Sorry, her travel speed is already insane. Plus, if you work on, like, let's say armaments or something, I guess this is going to be pretty significant at making sure that her damage factor goes up to 13,000. But Cynthia's always been known for just being a fast hero, so her having the possibility of being actually effective on the field is kind of an insane thing to think about, right? Like, this would just kind of boost her into effectiveness. Next skill here. So sorry, these like freaking things just keep flashing on the screen. I guess this happens when everybody's getting kicked out of Genesis War right now. Increases your rider squad travel speed by 30%, was 25%, so it's just a 5% increase, and travel speed by 12%. Counterattacks have a 20% chance to increase rider squad travel speed by 30% for 3 seconds. So that is crazy. Although it's counterattacks, so I mean, I guess that's gonna be useful if you want to kind of hit and run or something. This effect can be triggered only once in 5 seconds. Okay, so that is nice. Next skill. Squad's basic attacks have a 20% chance to heal lightly wounded units in your squad's heal factor being 1.2k. That's normal. If Catherine is in the squad, it increases your rider squad defense by 18%. It was 15%, so it does increase by an extra 3%. And also, there's a healing effect, I guess, increase by 15%. I don't really care for the healing effect increase. I'm not really a big fan of like healing, especially on like I'm not using it, like, it's not a tank hero or something, or like my hero's not built to tank, so I don't really care for this one as much, if I'm going to be completely honest. But still marginal increase, if I'm going to be honest. Okay, so her awaken skill here, basically, before all you did was gain 50 rage after using a skill, but now if you, with the new skin, it increases your rider squad travel speed by 12%, which also means that you're indirectly kind of boosting the possibility of this going up to 13,000 because the extra, obviously travel speed is what you need if you want to buff your skill damage factor from being 10,000 to 13,000. And sorry, I just got kicked out of the map. Okay. But yeah, that'll increase the possibility of your first skill dropping at 3,000 extra damage, which is pretty insane. Plus, you gain the 50 rage after using a skill, and it also heals lightly wounded, which is, like I said, something I don't really care for, but it is still an increase. It's still a skill that you get, which is still nice. I mean, just getting an add-on, just insane to see this. Like, this is crazy, guys. This is a crazy increase on these heroes, and I feel like people were kind of questioning how relevant these heroes are. And for the average player, obviously, it's still going to remain as relevant as, like, maybe before. But for people who do spend, and big whales who spend on these heroes, they're going to make obviously these rider heroes increasingly more worth it, and far, especially for like rider mains. I know my friend Krut, he's a big rider main. He has like at least 3 marches of riders, maybe 4, and this is going to make him a happy boy if he whales up and spins on this. Okay, that being said, I want to hear what you guys think about this increase. Isn't this insane? And I kind of would have liked them to kind of be like Lewis in the regard of they barely increased the actual skills, right? Like they barely increased how good the hero is. And I don't really like they increased like the value of a skin by so much, right? Like I did clown it for being kind of such a terrible incremental increase, but at least they didn't make the hero insanely OP, right? To the point of like Catherine and Cynthia are in comparison to their kind of counter value or their counterparts, right? So I don't know. I don't really like that. But if you are planning to spend, I would definitely spend on the Sisterly Love instead of spending on the Dice event, which is the only other way to get these skins currently. That being said, I want to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. I do appreciate you guys. I appreciate your feedback as well. Okay. I hope you guys do have a great day or night, though. I will be seeing you guys in the next one, and that is about it. Peace out.